This video segment is about daily practicing. And when it comes to developing a skill like playing the piano, there is no substitute for daily practicing. And when I say daily, that doesn't mean that you can't have a day off. Some families choose to not have Sunday be a day of practicing, for example, and that's just fine. Whatever you and your parents decide is daily practicing is just fine. I do have some suggestions for you to be able to make daily practicing work for you. One of them is to designate a specific time each day for your practicing. For example, you probably have math class every day at a certain time, maybe at 10 o'clock in the morning. Maybe your family eats dinner at a certain time in the evening. Just like that, you can set a time for your practicing time. And you'll want to take into consideration your energy and your focus. When is the best time of day for you? Are you a morning person? Are you an evening person? And also, when is a time that you might have the least amount of distractions going on around you? So designating a specific time each day can be a really helpful tool for being successful with daily practicing. Another idea is to tie daily practicing in with a habit that you already have. For example, if you know that you like to come home from school every day and have a snack, you could tie your daily practicing into your snack. And as soon as your snack is done, then you go in and do your practicing before you start other activities after school. So tying it into something that is a habit that you already have in place can be a really helpful way to get daily practicing in. Another idea would be to combine daily practicing with something that you like. For example, my children loved gummy bears, and so we made gummy bears our special practicing treat. And they knew when it was time to practice, they started off by going in and getting 10 gummy bears and putting them in a little cup on the side of the piano, and then they could snack on those whenever they wanted during their practicing. And so they looked forward to piano because they knew that they also got to have gummy bears. Daily practicing can actually be easier to maintain than occasional practicing, because occasional practicing is often preceded by asking yourself the question, do I feel like practicing today? And sometimes the answer to that question is no, not really. So instead of asking yourself the question, just go in and get your practicing done. You don't ask yourself every day, do I want to brush my teeth today or not? There's some things that we just do every day. And so practicing can become one of those things. Some of you might do well to have some type of a tracking your consistency for piano, maybe a chart, for example, or something like that. It can be really motivating when you start to get quite a few days in a row of consecutive practicing to want to be sure that you keep that going and don't break your streak. So sometimes that can be a really fun thing to do. If you feel like a chart of some kind to track things or a motivational system would be helpful for you, visit with your parents about that, and that would be great to implement at home. There's all kinds of ideas online, or you could come up with your own charter ideas that you like. I know many of you are very busy with activities and your schoolwork, and you might feel that daily practicing is just not going to work for you. But I want you to keep in mind that you can make significant progress in piano even with limited time each day. You might want to watch my Smart Practicing video for some tips and ideas on how you can make the most of your practicing time, but a few minutes of smart practicing can work wonders. In addition to the gift of music that your parents are giving you, they're also giving you the opportunity to develop grit. And grit is the word that is used for referring to doing something every day, whether you feel like it or not. And many studies and books have been written showing the importance of grit for kids and success. And so what a wonderful gift that your parents are giving you, this opportunity to develop this. I was telling my children as they were growing up how lucky they were that we have a piano and they have the chance to take piano lessons, because it would allow them to develop the same great qualities that their grandparents developed from working on a farm and milking cows every morning. And so, since we don't live on a farm and we don't have cows in our backyard that need to be milked every day, luckily we do have a piano. And so by spending time at the piano each day, doing their practicing, whether they felt like it or not, they could develop that same wonderful quality of grit that would serve them very well and provide a wonderful foundation in their life for everything else that they do. A book that I've been reading about habits had a quote that I really liked. The book is called Atomic Habits, and I'm going to share a quote with you. The author says, "It's not about any single accomplishment. It's about continuous improvement. It is your commitment to the process that will determine your progress." I love that quote. I'm going to say it one more time. It is your commitment to the process, or in other words, the daily practicing, that will determine your progress. So by committing to that, you will make great progress in piano, and I think you will enjoy it because piano, like anything else, is more fun the better you get. One last quote I would like to leave with you is by John Wooden, who is a very famous and one of the most successful basketball coaches ever, and he had this to say: "Don't look for the big, quick improvement. Seek the small improvement, one day at a time. That's the only way it happens, and when it happens, it lasts." So I challenge you to make a plan for daily smart practicing and enjoy those tremendous piano skills and abilities that will grow.